So what is a missional community? A missional community, or MC for short, is a smaller group of people, believers and unbelievers, that are meeting together, much like we see in Acts chapter 2. They're meeting together, preferably at least on a weekly basis. They're living life together, so hopefully they're seeing each other outside of a missional community gathering throughout the week. Maybe they go shopping together, maybe they get coffee together, maybe they're working out at the gym together. But it's a smaller group of people learning to live life under the lordship of Christ together. They want to embrace the identity that Jesus has given us as family and live as a family. So they're going to eat together. They're going to devote themselves to the apostles' teaching. That means they're going to devote themselves to Scripture, learning Scripture, growing in their knowledge of and understanding of Scripture, but also their obedience to Scripture. They're going to pray for one another on a weekly basis. They're going to meet in each other's homes and practice fellowship and gospel hospitality. And then they're going to choose a people and a place to be collectively on mission together. One of the problems with the small group model of ministry is a small group tends to become insular. They get really close, they get really tight, and it gets really difficult for any outsider to come into that group and find fellowship because everybody's got such tight bonds already. Maybe it's maxed out and we can't add any more people into the living room. The living room's not big enough to add new people. What a missional community does is they choose a people and a place to be proactively on mission towards. Most of the missional communities at Sacred City Church choose a nonprofit in the city to serve at least on a monthly basis. So they have one event each month where they're going to serve the least of these, serve some nonprofit in our city to give back and also to be on mission to those people, invite them to their MC, invite them to the church. But a missional community is also has a reactive mission. So proactive mission, choosing a people and place, and a reactive mission, wherever the Lord sends me, I'm on mission. Whether it's to the gym, whether it's to the grocery store, whether it's at work, and God brings people into our past, neighbors and stuff, where we can invite them into a missional community. Now, a missional community, as we invite our neighbors into them, hopefully they're going to find a hospitable, welcoming place where Christians are just doing the normal stuff of life as Christians, eating together, praying together, caring for one another, meeting each other's needs. If somebody's car breaks down, somebody in the missional community, a group of people in the missional community, pool their resources together, help them fix that, or whatever it is. This is what a missional community is. It's a family of believers learning to live all of life under the lordship of Christ, serving one another as Christ served us, and on mission to the lost. So in our society, where it's getting more and more difficult for people to come to a Sunday gathering, you might invite somebody, oh no, church isn't for me. Missional community is a great front door for our church where you can invite somebody to come over for dinner. A lot of times in missional communities, you have celebrations around, holidays, birthdays, Super Bowl parties, and these are great events where you can invite your friends, your neighbors, the people you're on mission to come and experience what Christian community feels like before they maybe ever step in on a Sunday morning. And so a missional community is this smaller group of people. If you want to grow in your relationship with Christ, you need this small group of people that help you walk as a disciple of Jesus. Much like Jesus had the 12 apostles, much like we see 3,000 people get saved on the day of Pentecost and they break off into these smaller groups and meeting each other's homes. That's what we attempt to do with missional communities.